Hey guys, welcome back. This is the TOEFL Vocabulary list, the 500 best words to know, part 3. Here are your 25 words for today, from available to commence. Let's get into it. Available, available. Present and ready to be used. Are there any tickets to the concert still available? For a person ready to talk or meet. Sorry, the chairman is not available right now.
Get every available cop down there and smoke him out!
Next available is May 17th, 2003.
Dr. Howard's not available tonight.
Aware, aware. Knowing that a situation or fact exists. He is aware of the risk, but he still wants to try it. We should be more aware of the environment.
I am aware that James Kirk is a friend of yours.
Mr. Ferguson, were you aware of any enemies he might have had?
Todd! Are you not aware that I get farty and bloated with a foamy latte?
Behalf, behalf. Representing someone. He accepted the medal on behalf of his friend. Because of. Please don't get up on my behalf.
No, of course not. I'm here on behalf of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Great honor to accept this Pulitzer on behalf of my client, the late Jake Davis.
I just don't think that Mole needs to apologize on your behalf.
Bias, bias. An unfair preference based on a personal opinion rather than facts. Reporters shouldn't show any political bias. The company was accused of racial bias.
That's not my bias, that's scientific fact.
Personal bias! His son was saved by Kirk.
If I instructed you that the law requires that you set aside your bias, would you obey my instruction?
Bond, bond. A connection between two people or things. Family bonds are usually very strong. The verb to bond, to connect or join two things together. We can use heat to bond plastic together, or to form a special relationship with someone. Breastfeeding helps a baby bond with its mother.
When men have been in battle together, they are bonded like the flower and the soil and the sun.
Doubt can be a bond as powerful and sustaining as certainty.
We're about to begin bonding adamantium to weapon exoskeleton.
Bulk, bulk. The largest part of something. Fishing makes up the bulk of the country's economy. Someone's large size. He had trouble getting his bulk onto the couch. In bulk, in large amounts. It's usually much cheaper to buy in bulk.
But I noticed from this manifest that Lord Caldlow has purchased the bulk of the items.
He sees that the bulk of our sales are in only 3 items.
Intelligence does not necessarily require bulk, Mr. Scott.
Capable, capable. Able to do something. Many people are capable of working from home. Able to do something well. He is young but surprisingly capable.
I'd like to think an ordinary person is capable of anything.
Believe it or not, Miss Gruwell, there are other capable teachers in this school.
But you'll be fine. You're always a capable young man.
Capacity, capacity. The amount that a container can hold. The theater has a seating capacity of 1,000 people. The ability to do something. He has a great capacity for hard work. An official position or job. I am writing to you in my capacity as your lawyer.
Making sure everything is operating at full capacity.
I have witnessed their capacity for courage.
But I'm not here in my capacity as your father.
Category, category. A group of things that are similar. There are many categories of music. Categorize, the verb to categorize. To put something in a category. This program lets you categorize your photos in many ways.
Now, the last category is movies.
Though for some it falls under the category of too good to be true.
Mr. Bennett, how would you categorize your relationship with Ted?
He's my best friend.
Cease, to stop. The company has decided to cease producing toilet paper. The noise from my neighbors will never cease.
If my answers frighten you, Vincent, then you should cease asking scary questions.
This war must cease. North and South must stand united.
Will you never cease to astonish?
Channel. A TV or radio station. When I was young, there were only 2 channels on TV. A system for communication or distribution. You must go through the proper channels to make a complaint. A narrow body of water between 2 land masses. The English Channel separates England from France.
Sir, this is not a civilian channel.
With this footage, people would turn to your channel for the story.
Sight across the channel.
Chapter. One of the main sections of a book. I can never finish chapter 5. This book has 30 chapters.
Will you please open your textbooks to chapter 8 and we'll get started?
We don't know if we're at the beginning of a new chapter or the end of the story.
Chapter 1, I am born.
Chart. A representation of information using a table, graph, or diagram. This chart shows the results from last month. A document containing patient information in a hospital. The doctor looked at his chart and shook his head.
A well-organized chart.
Sure. How about I'll go take a look at your chart, okay?
The potential of this thing is off the chart.
Chemical. A substance made by mixing elements or other chemicals. There are too many chemicals in food nowadays. The adjective chemical relating to chemicals. Sodium chloride is the chemical name for salt.
Fly Biochem was the biggest chemical plant in Mississippi.
The chemical composition of their spaceship is unknown.
Could be the work of a chemical attack.
Circumstance. A condition or fact that makes a situation the way it is. It is impossible to continue under these circumstances. Given the circumstances, I think she did well.
And in any other circumstance, it would have seemed commonplace.
You cannot, under any circumstance, kill this creature.
Well, I'm a victim of circumstance.
Cite. To mention as an example or a reason to support your point or show where you obtained your information. He cited 4 reasons why people lose their jobs. To use words from a specific writer or text. The article cites several doctors on the subject.
I would cite regulation, but I know you will simply ignore it.
Why are you citing the goddamn Constitution?
Discuss citing specific examples.
Civil. About the people of a country and not the government, the military, or religion. They married in a civil ceremony. Polite but not friendly. It can be hard to be civil when you feel so angry. Cool word here, civilization. An organized culture with many communities. Chinese civilization is one of the oldest in the world.
That is the strength of civil resistance.
There's no reason we can't be civil with each other.
Once again, we've saved civilization as we know it.
Clarify. To make something clearer. His explanation really clarified the matter. The presentation should help to clarify the idea.
Sometimes talking this stuff out helps to clarify things.
Okay, but just to clarify, I did not hack it. I showed that it could be hacked.
I mean, could you clarify that?
Classic. Very typical. He's got all the classic symptoms of a cold. Well-liked and excellent. I enjoy reading classic novels. The noun classic, something considered great with a long history. For example, this song is a classic.
It's a classic depiction of good versus evil.
Fantastic show, classic drumming, son.
My husband's book is destined to be a classic.
Clause. Clause. A group of words which include a subject and a predicate. A predicate is the part of a clause which contains a verb and says something about the subject. In the clause John went home, the predicate is went home. A part of a contract or legal document. I would like to remove this clause from the contract.
Most notably, Clause 4.
Do you want to elaborate on the verification clause?
This clause was unlawful when you included it.
Code. Code. A set of rules or laws. Schools in Japan have a strict dress code. A set of letters, numbers, or symbols used to send secret messages. They cracked the code and read the secret message. The verb to code means to write or store in a code. The elements were color-coded to make it easier to read. To write computer programs. My daughter has been learning to code since she was 2.
Oh, and a dress code for Saturday is smart casual.
We're government agents now. We should have secret code names.
So the only way to find them now is to go through the computer's lines of code one by one.
Coherent. Coherent. Clear, well-organized, and easy to understand. We didn't have a coherent plan for COVID-19. Able to express yourself clearly. Children are not always coherent.
Talkative, coherent, even insightful.
I've been wanting to call you for a few days now, but I've been waiting until I could form a coherent thought about imperial affliction.
How you turned his ramblings into something vaguely coherent.
Coincide. Coincide. To happen at the same time or place. The time of the party coincides with my friend's wedding, so I can't come. Our views coincide on a wide range of subjects. Coincidence, very cool keyword here, two things happening at the same time by chance that feel planned. By coincidence, we wore the exact same outfit.
Did Tony's first appearance happen to coincide with your arrival here?
I knew that summer she decided to spend 3 months on the island, which happened to coincide with the all-time low of her relationship with Victor.
That is not a pattern. That's a coincidence.
Collapse. Collapse. To suddenly break and fall apart. The building collapsed in the earthquake. To fall down suddenly due to being weak or tired. He came home from work and collapsed on the sofa.
Wake up, man! This place is gonna collapse! Come on!
One charge of dynamite placed strategically in the middle of the bridge. The whole thing will collapse.
He started getting headaches, then he collapsed at work.
Commence. Commence. To begin. My new job commences in September. They will commence shooting the movie next year.
Commence play, please.
Commence emergency shutdown.
It is now 9 o'clock. Please commence.
Alright, that's all I have for you today. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and I will see you all next time. Make sure to check out the Speaking Club as well if you have time. It's a very fun place to come and practice speaking English with people from all over the world. I'll put a link in the description. Bye bye guys, see you next time.